I've known Osose for years. We went to college together, went through the apparel program together at Auburn University.
Somehow we met, we became cool, became roommates down the line, and we had 2 different stints of being roommates as college students and as adults.
We didn't have that connection for a while, so it was only natural that we get together and strike it back up, do some things together again, do a collab between our 2 brands.
When I met Osose, he was cool. Philip talked a lot about him, his business, his clothing brand.
Philip started doing GRAIL, and him and his GRAIL team were doing accessories.
There are not a lot of independent brands that are doing accessories and bags to a high level, so it was just a perfect opportunity for me and Osose to reconnect and do something that he hadn't done yet.
It's very unusual for an independent brand to like deal in accessories, and the type of accessories he was making were interesting. And he was doing the embossing. It was like he was using techniques that you usually don't see from independent brands.
We sat down, I think we went to CC's one day, and we just kind of discussed what we want to do. It ended up being the larger crossbody bag.
The crossbody for men was getting very, very popular. But I saw a problem with the crossbody as far as like a lot of times they were so small, and I was seeing guys like overstuff them. It's like, we need to make an oversized crossbody.
He sent me some high-end inspiration, and I did my version of what I feel our brand would look like if we did a crossbody.
Philip took the idea, sketched up his silhouette, and we went from there.
From there, you know, we had to work on fabrication. And initially, Osose wanted to do a printed leather. I tried to source that. It came back, it priced out, like it was just too expensive.
Philip has always been cheap from the start. I mean, cheap is kind of a little harsh, but he's practical. He likes to be practical.
It was always a lot of talk about we should do this and we should do that, and I'm just like, nah, that add $10.
I tend to be a design, or more in the design space, so I don't always think about cost. So since he kind of manages both sides, the design process and our production process, he tends to look more at the money and the cost of things.
I'm kind of like trying to keep our budget together, like every cent count, every dollar counts.
He can be like a Debbie Downer sometimes and be like, nah, we can't do that, or, you know, can we find a better way of doing this? But he tries to still let you have your design liberties.
So the raunchy aesthetic on top of it, the raunchy aesthetic is usually patches.
I'm like, yo, you got like 18 patches on the bag, man. Like, I mean,
my personal aesthetic is to subtly overdo things.
Every patch count. Like, we could put 2.
What you want me to do, bro?
Pretty much everybody hated me during the production process.
Beforehand, we had already decided that we were gonna do camo, and Philip had a color story already in mind, so we went with his color story and added my camo because I have an infatuation with camouflage.
So we ended up getting a independent contractor to do a camo specifically for our bag. So we printed on the canvas, waxed the canvas so it's waterproof, and then we moved into the detail.
When I first saw it, or when the first pictures came back, I was like, oh, it's a little bigger than I thought.
The end result was a bit bigger than what he thought, but it can fit a 13-inch laptop, so I think that increases the functionality.
Even throughout this entire bag, there's so many elements in it that make you realize, like, all right, this is not normal. This wasn't a stock bag and they just did their own embellishments or whatever. It's a fully customized bag, which kind of warranted the ticket price.
This particular version of the bag is the GRAIL version. I'm trying not to use the word basic because I don't think our products are basic, but this is the non-Osose price. This is the vegan leather without the patches, so this is like pretty much half the cost of what Osose wanted to pay, or he did pay.
It's full with a lot of nuances that I appreciate. Then Philip gave the surprise of the interior, the lining, with both the Raunchy Chevron logo and the GRAIL logo as well.
It's completely custom elements everywhere. People that have the bag, they might want to revisit looking at it because it's custom elements everywhere in the bag.
Both his clientele and my clientele, all of the end product. So this was a true collab from the top to the bottom.